The Saiyan Day banner is here, and with it comes TEQ UI Goku. But who should you grab with your hard-earned red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Saiyan Day banner and the return of the TEQ UI Goku. That's right, here on Global Dokkan. This marks UI's first return since his appearance at the tail end of the 9th anniversary on Global. So in this video, we're going to discuss whether or not he is worth your 500 red coins, or if there are any extra sleeper picks on this banner. So let's go ahead and let's hop in. Let's take a look at UI Goku. So in his base form, he is Universal Survival Saga Realm of Gods or Entrusted Will for key 3, HP attack and defense 170 with an additional 32 reps of Universe 7, Accelerated Battle, or Powerful Comeback. On his 18 and 12 key, he is raising allies defense on the 18 and attack on the 12, while also greatly raising his attack and defense on each one. But those are only for the turn, right? He's not a stacker. He's just kind of there to support allies, which means you kind of want to put him in slot 1. He does have some good dodge, right? For his he has a great chance to dodge, and along with that, he has 15% damage reduction and an additional 35, so 50% damage reduction before he receives an attack. So before that first hit lands, he has 35% damage reduction as well. Once the hit lands, he also gains guard. So he can be a little bit, during the meta he arrived in, he was pretty good. He could survive most hits even if he failed to dodge. However, as we've moved past that meta, this can be kind of tricky putting him in slot 1. So he's better off in slot 2 or 3, where he can get additional super attacks, while still if he's in slot 2, he can still support that third slot unit as well, while he does have an entrance animation up for 7 turns, as long as you've got a Universal Survival Saga ally on his entry turn. So really, really helpful there. All right, what you really are using him for is his domain. On the 5th turn from his entry turn, you can activate a domain, which gives all superclass allies and enemies 15%, and an additional 15% for those on Realm of Gods, as well as dodge cancel. So really, really nice there. It also transforms him into Mastered Ultra Instinct, who is now greatly raising attack and defense for the turn on both his 18 and 12 key, but also raising allies attack and defense by 59% for 1 turn. And now he can definitely go slot 1 once he transforms, because he, on his first appearance, he evades enemies' attack as well as hits pretty hard as well as giving other allies an additional 10% chance to evade. So on his domain turn, he's actually really, really good. Once that domain turn is up, you've got 2 more turns with him, and while that is going on, he's getting extra key per attack performed. He's getting a chance to perform a critical hit and evading enemies' attack 20% each time. So he performs an attack. So basically, on that first turn, he's going to do probably 3 supers, right? And so that'll give him up to 60. And then on the next turn, once he deals his next super, he'll hit 77%. So it can be a little tricky with that 60% on his second appearance, but at that point, you're probably floating him anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. He's also got a damage reduction in case he does miss the dodge on those turns, and of course guards, same thing he had during his previous state. Now, what makes him really good is this counter mechanic. Every time he dodges, he counters, which is really nice, and those counters build up quick, and they can deal a lot of damage, at least in the previous minutes. A little bit harder now, but really I would say what he's good for now is mostly that domain that he provides to everyone else, because that so far there's no good superclass domains for the 10th anniversary. So far he is it. So that's really where he comes into play. So the question is, right, of the available units on the Saiyan Day banner, is he worth your 500 red coins. After all, this is your only chance to get them until Tanabata next this year, which is in July now, since we should be sharing it with JP. I would have to say, number one thing to consider is if you did not pick up Goku or Vegeta from the 10th anniversary, that is Vegito and Gogeta, if you didn't get either one of them during the 10th anniversary for whatever reason, that is who you should be saving your red coins for, especially if you you only have enough for one character. If you don't have these guys, all of your coins should be saved until July when you can pick them up. But let's assume you do have them. Is he still worth your 500 coins? Honestly, at this point, given the meta that we're in, I would say no. Honestly, he's just, I mean, unless you need the units for STR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution's team, right? Unless you need to fill out that Reps of Universe 7 team, outside of the domain, he's not really doing enough damage in some of these fights. In Battle Hardened Formidable Foes, he's kind of not helping anybody because of that because of that turn 5 restriction, right, from the from his first appearance. That's rough, right? So Battle Hardened Formidable Foes, he won't see much use. He's still kind of good against Jiren, the 2 Jiren fights, and the Vegeta fight, if you can get him to dodge. The AGL Goku fight, not as good, because that fight does dodge cancel, but he can tank the normals, so as long as you can float him and hold until that transformation turn, then you're probably okay. But honestly, I would say you're better off holding off on him for right now. I know that's a crazy thing to recommend, but it's just kind of the state of where the meta is right now. That it just unfortunate as it is, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. So of course, I mean, if you really like the unit and you've been waiting, then by all means go grab him. But that's just my recommendation on, you know, kind of where he's at in what you're going to be getting your coins for. Because, I mean, imagine you want to skip out on, like, say, a Golden Week unit. You might just want to save your coins for that instead, right? Or one of the Daima units, if you didn't pick them up while Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was here, right? They would probably be a better use of your coins than this guy, as it stands right now. So the question is now, are there any other picks from this banner that may be worth your coins? And surprisingly, yes, there is. There is one pick, I would say. And unfortunately, even though this is Roshi's first return, it's not him. I want to say it's him. I do love Roshi. He is really good. He's really fun for buffing up allies, but nah, he's just not there. He's not the pick. He's better off, you know, just picking up randomly in your summons. However, if you do not have the Path to Power Kid Goku and you have the coins to spare, he is a much better use of your coins at the current moment, assuming you have TEQ UI, assuming you have the others. And even, I would even say over TEQ UI, you should grab this guy if you don't have him, because of what he's doing, especially if you like the Kid Goku and you like his team. And even then, right, he's on a lot of good teams that he can just throw on, and then boom, he's given, as long as you get his key spheres, he's given allies crit and damage reduction and some extra support, as well as already supporting DB Saga Youth and Seekers for 50%. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, right? But Youth, right, the Fizz Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, that's supporting, that's a 50% support for him, so that's really, really nice. And then of course he also supports the new Kid Goku, who I know a lot of people did summon for, but I mean, of course, you know, if you didn't, he will, you know, if you didn't get him, you could also just save your coins for him. But honestly, if there was a pick out of this whole banner, I would say Path to Power Kid Goku is the one, right? He is probably the best unit for the current meta on the banner. He's good in pretty much every single fight except for the Festival of Battles. Now, what's crazy is he will tank the normals at the end of the Festival of Battles. It just, he won't be putting out enough damage for it to mean anything for you, due to the fact that, right, you need such a high damage output by the end of that phase. But he'll take the normals, which is nice. He might cost you the run due to damage. But, I mean, you know, he's still probably the best pick out of this banner. Otherwise, it's probably best just to hold on to your coins until the next big banner. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know who did you pick with your hard-earned red coins. Again, if you don't have the anniversary units, then save for the Vegito and the Gogeta. But if you do, I would say Path to Power Kid Goku is probably the best unit on this banner for you to grab. But let us know what you picked in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha!